Hello, hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Introspective Lifeworks. I hope this moment finds you basking in love and light energy. This video is about Arcturians, and as I always say, as you watch this video, please only take in what resonates with you and leave the rest. While making this video, I come across some remarkable research, and I'm adding that with what I've already learned in the past 10 years about the Arcturians. So as we move on with this video, I think it's important to tell you the Arcturians are highly evolved spiritual beings that hold consciousness mostly in the fifth and sixth dimensions. Other planets harbor souls that are more emotional than those on Earth. The Arcturians are such a soul. They have come to realize that through the direction of feeling, that color and sound manifest into the physical. Arcturians promote oneness on their planet, whereas on Earth, humans are interested in promoting and preserving separateness, which humans call the individual identity. Arcturians come from the Arcturus star system, a red giant approximately 1.5 times the size of the Sun. It is approximately 35 light years away. This star system is believed to be 7 to 8.5 billion years old. Scientists believe this system of over 50 stars, known as the Arcturus stream, first entered the Milky Way over 5 billion years ago, after it collided with another galaxy. Based on this scientific assumption, it is believed that Arcturus entered our galaxy only 500,000 years ago, and that would be the Milky Way galaxy. Arcturus is the brightest star within the Bootes constellation and indicates the left leg of the constellation. It's the brightest star in the north celestial hemisphere, though it can be viewed from both hemispheres. What do Arcturians look like? First, they are about 3 to 4 feet tall. Their bodies are very slender. They have wispy arms and legs. They only have 3 fingers. Their color, from our Earth's perspective, would be considered gray, beige, greenish, and some spiritual people see them as blue. The hue of blue, however, is a color not known in the Earth's 3D wavelength expression. When I came across this information in my research, it reminded me of what my grandmother told me before she transitioned out of her life here on Earth. She said she was seeing flowers that were the most beautiful she had ever seen, colors that have never been seen before on the earth. If you want to know more about what she saw, be sure to watch my video, Is Heaven for Real? The Arcturians are the color of blue that cannot be seen by humans on earth, the way it actually appears in their dimension. Their faces are somewhat like a hexagon without the points. Their chin is narrow, their forehead wider. They have no hair, no eyebrows, and they have 5 small holes on each side of their head, where we have our ears. The holes are positioned in the shape of a pentagon, with 1 hole on the bottom, 2 on the top. These holes allow them to ingest certain frequencies. Their eyes are large, almond-shaped, with a color of either dark brown or black. They need this coloring to shield their eyes from selected rays of the sun. They act as shields that filter any rays that may harm their telepathic abilities. These abilities are considered their prime mode of seeing, and the eyes are a secondary source. I could go deeper about their appearance and how they live their lives on the planet, but this video is more about the starseeds of Arcturus and their mission on Earth. In the future, I will make videos on the different extraterrestrials. The Arcturian history. The Arcturians are highly evolved spiritual beings that hold consciousness mostly in the 5th and 6th dimensions and occasionally in the 7th dimension. During the Orion War, unlike many other planetary systems, the Arcturians knew the invaders were coming and prepared themselves to meet the onslaught by moving out of the 3rd and 4th dimensional lower astral realms, where they knew they would be seen, to higher dimensional realms of the 5th and 6th dimension, where they knew they could not be seen or captured. To understand this vibrational shift from the human point of view is to understand that the angels exist alongside us, but in higher dimensional realms, which we usually cannot see or reach. The dimensional barrier keeps them safe from lower dimensional contamination. And this is the same idea with the Arcturians. Although they do not vibrate at the same level as an archangel, they currently vibrate high enough to avoid detection by lower life forms and entities. When the Arcturians were in danger of being attacked, they protected themselves by enacting the vibrational shift. And those who could not hold the higher consciousness frequencies and might endanger the majority of the people were cast off into space to fend for themselves. Most often, the Arcturian was quarantined by the vibrational separation. This means that those who could not sustain the high vibration might endanger the entire planet. By lowering the frequency experienced by the alienated. The journey of the Arcturians that didn't make the jump into the higher frequency is an individual one. There is no specific path that took place after being cast off, but in search for a new home, many Arcturian souls eventually settled on Earth. Earth is a mishmash of galactic beings, and they felt they would be accepted on this planet. However, some of the Arcturians that landed on Earth did not take human bodies and enter the human soul progression after having left Arcturus. They are known as what we see as gray aliens. The Arcturians and the Greys look very much alike, but the gray aliens are the unevolved lower vibrational expression of Arcturians. So it is no wonder that throughout the cosmos they are known for their higher intellect in technology, mathematics, and science. Some Greys were captured, however, by draconian reptilians and utilized as part of their army. Still, others arrived on Earth, did not take on the human form, and they are creating a hybrid human race which mixes the Arcturian Grey DNA with the human DNA. These Arcturian gray aliens are involved in many of the abductions and subsequent experimentations that continue to happen. At the heart of the Starseeds' power is this deep-seated knowledge of connectedness to all beings. They have learned through realization that separateness is simply an illusion, and the impact of the planet Earth's collective actions span much further than we are aware of. When you first discover you are a starseed, confusion is turned into certainty, and peace replaces anxiety. You are now on a path of enlightenment where the universe reveals the answers to questions you may have had about your purpose and life path. The more you learn about your starseed lineage, the more self-assured you will be going through life. Planet Earth has reached a pivotal stage of transition. This is a time for humanity to connect with their inner power, their true nature, to navigate what is happening. Ancient wisdom is now surfacing. Gaia is evolving and transforming as we enter the age of Aquarius. Arcturian starseeds are profound individuals that come from Arcturus, the most advanced civilization in the galaxy. Arcturian starseeds' strongest trait is their communication skills. These starseeds are extremely connected to the throat chakra. Perhaps this can be attributed to their home planet being a blue planet. These starseeds have a very expressive personality and are gifted in the art of storytelling. They can easily captivate others with their ability and be seen on occasion at gatherings sharing their stories, and sometimes they may even be seen as the life of the party. They are also very comical and share the great sense of humor with others. They have a magnetism and are constantly emitting a frequency that draws people to them for different reasons. They may not even be aware of this, but they are constantly communicating through their own voice, body language, and the frequencies they emit. They vibrate at a high frequency that blend to their cosmic roots, allowing them to bring through their thoughts and feelings whether they are aware of this or not. These star seeds form their opinions based on experience, acquired knowledge, and the intuitiveness of their knowing. This is a long process and it allows them to become firmly set in their truths, and they will rarely change them. These star seeds are not one bit shy about their opinion and sharing them. They thoroughly enjoy debating those who have opposing opinions of their own, and they love to win arguments. They are great public speakers and can charm a crowd like no one else. There are some common physical traits that Arcturian starseeds may have. Due to being highly sensitive, they can be sensitive to vibrational frequencies of others. They are also very sensitive to bright light, loud sounds, and strong smells. They are also very sensitive to the cold and feel it more than others. This could make them be more prone to settling in places with warmer climates. These starseeds are also more prone to having a low blood pressure. Due to their highly sensitive vibration, they have a trait I shared in my video, could you be an empath? And that is when they are in a place and they suddenly begin feeling uncomfortable and that their energetic frequency is being drained, they will leave immediately to take time for themselves so that they can stabilize their energy, recharge, and become more balanced. Arcturian starseeds have a strong urge to help those in need, and if they get the sense of someone needing their help and they don't act upon it, then they will experience an overwhelming feeling of guilt. These starseeds are constantly driven to help others connect to their divine universal nature. This quality makes them a natural, caring individual. These starseeds are able to grasp the concept that life is to be shared and feel that by making another happy, they will in turn become happier. These starseeds are wise, and through their voice and feelings emit a magnetic frequency that draws others to them. People tend to feel they are in a safe space when they seek the advice of an Arcturian starseed and will easily share their problems. These starseeds never pass judgment on another. They are incredibly empathic and usually know what to say at any given time. The biggest frustration these starseeds encounter is when they give advice to another and this individual does not act on it. If this happens enough times, they will clam up and not give any more advice to that individual. This is due to their strong conviction that life should be taken seriously, and they have a very low tolerance for those who see themselves as a victim and continuously whine about how awful their lives are. Arcturian starseeds feel very detached from social status. This is due to how they see social hierarchy. To them, it is a human construct that creates inequality, because at the core of these starseeds' belief is a deep implanted feeling that all beings are equal and do not believe that any other individual as being greater or lesser of a human being. These starseeds don't give a crap about the materialistic interest involved in the consumerism, or that these status symbols are ways to show the world they have found success. These starseeds can easily put themselves into another situation due to their gift of empathy, and by doing so, not place someone in a category that bases someone on the social circumstances as is the norm of society. Arcturian starseeds are fascinated by the sky, whether it's during a cloudy day or basking in the obviance of a night sky. The vastness of space intrigues them, and subconsciously they remember their starseed lineage, causing them to feel an aching and homesickness when they view the sky. They unknowingly long for the peacefulness and freedom the sky brings to them. For these starseeds, astrology and extraterrestrial life forms constantly attract their attention. They are often fantasizing about faraway galaxies and the vast nature of space, intrigues them. Arcturian starseeds are blessed with strong, vivid memories. These starseeds can, with great clarity, remember things such as their childhoods. The vividness they remember these things with include the sights, the smells, and the people. These memories can often be triggered by an external stimuli, such as hearing a certain song, smelling a certain scent. Someone's voice and mannerism of speaking can also trigger a memory and bring the emotions associated with that memory to the surface. Arcturian starseeds, similar to as I expressed in my Andromedan starseed video, are also very fascinated with learning about ancient civilization. Just as they are drawn to learning more about aliens and space, so too is their interest in the ancient civilizations. They believe a lot can be learned from these ancient civilizations' lives and structures of their societies. These starseeds will naturally romanticize about ancient times. These starseeds are able to recognize the lessons history can teach us, within knowing that history can tend to repeat itself. So, with this knowledge, they seek to implement changes to improve the future and stop the cycles of history from repeating themselves. Arcturian starseeds' biggest issue they will face in their lifetime is that it is very difficult for them to get close to others. Some may find it difficult to get close to them. These starseeds have a very busy mind and are constantly in their heads with a focus on how to improve the future. These starseeds are very selective about who they open up to, and it takes them a lot of time for an individual to prove themselves worthy enough to be considered a close friend. The number of acquaintances they have will mostly always be greater than the number of close friends they have. These starseeds possess a very protective quality where they will always keep the people they love out of harm's way. These starseeds often suppress their emotions and do not like discussing their deep feelings with others. When in a conversation and the subject becomes emotional and is calling for one of them to share their deep feelings, they will often change the subject or ignore it completely. Just like the Andromedan starseeds, the Arcturian starseeds love their freedom and love expressing it. They hate being tied down. Arcturian starseeds love manifesting travel. They enjoy vacations or even moving from town to town. This could be because they get bored easily and they don't like being stuck in a routine. If they get stuck in a situation or a location that they cannot change as quickly as they would like, then they have been known to unintentionally start their own drama in their lives to generate a little excitement. This, however, can often harm the relationships, especially the intimate ones. Arcturian starseeds are very likely to have a lot of energy. They often will go from one activity to the next, never really becoming tired, and they hate having to sit still and be quiet and would prefer anything other than that. Sometimes their energy can be all over the place, but once they master channeling their energy, they can start and complete projects. On occasion, depending more on this starseed's personality, they may start projects they are not able to finish. This is not always the case with a more mature starseed, which have learned to take on those things only that they know they can complete. They can be the type to create lists because they love checking off each task. Once completed, this gives them a feeling of accomplishment. Arcturian starseeds are seen as strong and powerful individuals. They have strong personalities, a strong sense of inner wisdom, and a feeling they are always right. Often they are because they are very intelligent. They can access information and not really know how they know they have the information, but it is correct information. Once they learn how to recall memories from past lives, they can then begin to easily harness the knowledge of the universe. Many of these star seeds come by naturally being claircognizant. This means they have a psychic knowing inside, which allows them to access information the average person cannot. This can give them a greater perspective on the issues they are addressing. These star seeds are very expressive and usually will not give it much contemplation when it comes to sharing their thoughts out loud. More than other star seeds, an Arcturian starseed know and understand that they are here on the earth for a specific purpose. This knowing usually develops when they are young. These starseeds believe technology is a positive thing for the earth if used responsibly in the correct way. They believe that the potential of humanity is unlimited and there is no ceiling on the level of progression that can be made on this planet. These starseeds are naturally inclined to good organizations, as discussed earlier about checking off list things that are done. This not only makes them feel accomplished, but it also eliminates the stress they feel when things are left to chance. Arcturian starseeds easily grasp scientific topics. These concepts come naturally, and these starseeds easily apply their spirituality to the facts of science. These starseeds can also operate at a physical level and draw up plans with ease. For some, their Arcturian lineage allows them to be gifted in science and mathematics so that they may be drawn to careers that involve technology, science, and architecture, where they can bring their plans into the physical here on Earth. Arcturian starseeds enjoy philosophy and problem solving and are also, due to their skills, could follow careers in humanitarian fields because of the drive that exists inside of them to help people become the best versions of themselves. Arcturian starseeds come to Earth to advance and give Gaia a new, better future. They are the pioneers, always seeking ways to create positive change by applying their gifts. The mission of fulfilling their specific mission may differ from one Arcturian to the other starseed to the next. This, however, is part of a greater plan that links these starseeds' mission to laying the groundwork for progression and futuristic movements of the collective consciousness on planet Earth. All starseeds are being drawn to a future that involves innovative ideas and the evolution of the human crystalline light body. While taking the Arcturian Starseed quiz, get a paper, mark yes or no on each question. If you're watching my videos on starseeds, you might want to keep track of each paper and write Arcturian on the top of this paper. I will continue to make starseed videos on the common lineages. Thank you for watching. Share, like, and subscribe if you like this video. Bye, in love and light.